History was full of insane cruel punishment for the people committing crimes and even for the one they were accused of. Here are the 10 most horrific brutal punishment methods from history. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and don't forget to hit the bell icon. The brazen bull. Initially designed by the ancient Greeks, this method is also known as the Sicilian bull, the name given after where it was invented in Sicily City. This was a bronze-made device that looked like an actual bull. The way of punishing the criminal was that the person would be locked inside, and then the bull will be set on fire. The heating of the bronze bull will make the person inside of it roast to death. Rat torture. Rat torture lives on in the minds of creative types, as it has been featured recently in the film Too Fast Too Furious and in the TV series Game of Thrones. In this terrifying form of torture, a hungry rat is placed in a bucket on the victim's bare stomach or chest. The bucket is then heated from the outside, and the agitated rat chews its way through the unfortunate person's flesh, and any organs it happens to encounter on its way out. The breaking wheel. A typical example of capital punishment was by using the breaking wheel. Well, this was quite a more straightforward method of punishment. Some spikes or nails would tie the convicted, then the convicted would have his limbs beaten using sticks. As they will be turning the wheel, it will result in causing the excruciatingly painful breaking of bones of the criminal's body, leading ultimately to death. Impalement. This method of torture was by penetrating an object such as a stake, pole, or hook in the human's body by the complete or partial aperture of the torso. Majorly it was used for crimes against the state, traitors, or breaches of the army. Eventually, people invented many other devices to execute this or similar impalement form of punishment for different body holes. Those design devices would be penetrated for various crimes, and this will all lead to an excruciating death. Execution by elephant. Capital punishment by the convict's head being crushed under an elephant was a very popular method in ancient India, and also in other parts of Southeast Asia. Elephants were trained to kill their victims immediately or to torture them slowly over some time in this public spectacle. Sometimes, the elephants were made to just dismember the convict and not completely kill him. Death by boiling. I must say people back then were somehow psycho. They loved playing with their meat and their convicts. There was this method of punishment where they put their convicts into boiling oil or water till the person dies. As this didn't have any blood show, it didn't attain much popularity but had its following in Europe and Asia. Sawed in half. It means the same, that people were often given capital punishment by being sawed in halves. This method of execution was used in many parts of the world like the Roman Empire, Spain, and parts of Asia. Another similar kind of punishment was disembowelment, where the organs would be taken out of a living person, gradually leading him to death. The rack, stretching the body. The punishment by the rack was a very popular torture device that was made of a four-sided wooden frame. The convicted would be attached to four sides with cables, and by using pulleys, the arms and legs of the person would be stretched till they are torn apart from the body, or they become ineffective. It was mostly used while drawing disclosures or information. Flaying. Flaying means skinning, literally. Only instead of dead animals, humans were often punished or tortured in the early ages by being skinned alive. Depending on the amount of skin removed, they either died or lived a life of a mentally scarred cripple. This method of torture was pretty famous in Mesopotamia. Similarly, people were also punished by getting chunks of flesh removed from their bodies. Cropping of ears. As it was described in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, this particular punishment was executed by cropping the ears of people. And sometimes, if the crime was not too grave, their ears would simply be nailed to the pillory for some time. In most cases, this punishment didn't kill the convicted, save the cases where they died because of later infection of the wound. Burning at the stake. People in early ages loved a good fire, and what better ways to light a fire than to burn a person at the stake? This is one of the most favorite modes of punishing people accused of treason or witchcraft, as it made a grand spectacle and also warned people against committing such crimes. Molten gold, scorched from the inside. In 1599, native Indians of the Javaro tribe captured a Spanish governor and executed him by pouring liquid gold down his throat. This was potentially practiced more often than documented, especially on both sides of the Atlantic Oceans, by the Romans, and the Spanish Inquisition. The technique is self-explanatory. The victim would be restrained, and their mouth forced open as heated gold was poured down their throat. The result would be severe damage to distal organs and the blistering of the lungs, ultimately leading to immediate death. If you like the video, then make sure to subscribe the channel and click on of these videos. I hope you gonna love it. Thank you.